What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Talk Time Podcast. I am your host, Clutch Time, and welcome to my show. Today's very special because for those who are listening to on Spotify, and for those who are now watching on YouTube, this is my first ever video podcast. So let's get a round of applause. Yeah, let's get a round of applause real quick. I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I've been wanting to do a video podcast for so long. And it's crazy because I was thinking about it so much. Like, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. In reality, I didn't sit back, relax, and I actually had my thoughts go through. That's something I've been learning a lot, other than just like panicking or like overreacting or all like that. So, yeah, like it's very nice now to know that I have this podcast. It's so nice. But today, for those who are listening to on Spotify, but to the ones on YouTube as well, you guys are watching. As you all can tell, I am alone this episode. I always have a guest with me, and usually the guest that was always with me is always one of my friends. Either I see them all the time, talk to them every day, or even to the ones that I rarely see or I haven't seen in years or haven't talked to them for a very long time. Today, I wanted to start off the podcast by a video podcast by myself because just in case you're new here, I want the first episode of the video one for you to come back to and to see who I am as a person. So I'm going to be telling you guys my story. I'm going to be telling you guys where I'm from, how did I started this, where do I want to go, as well as a little bit of my ups and downs in this episode. I am gonna get a little bit deep. I'm not gonna go into much detail. I'm just gonna say a little things here and there, and then we'll go starting from there. So the first things first, my name. My actual name is Jose Trevino. That's my government name. Or if you want to go into details, like Jose Fernando Trevino Jr., which is kind of crazy. But my preferred name or my name that everybody knows me by is Joey. Joey Trevino. Joey's been my nickname ever since I was a little kid. Mainly because my cousin, who's older than me, his name Jose as well, and he was also named Joey. But in my family, my nickname is Nando, for short for Fernando, with my middle name. But my friends always called me Joey because I just preferred it that way. I really didn't like being called Jose or Joe as much. But that time has changed, so now I don't mind when people call me like Joe. If you guys call me Joe, it's cool. But I always been known as Joey. My social media name, it's pretty obvious because you guys listen to me and all that. My name is Clutch Time. I'm actually going to be telling you guys the story of how I got the name Clutch Time. So it was my freshman year in high school, which was 2028. I was 15 years old. I was 15 years old, and I was at a rec center. For those who don't know me, I'm a big basketball person. I love the game of basketball ever since I was a little kid. And even up to this day, even though I'm not even playing college, I don't play pro or anything. I rarely play like leagues. I'm always playing ball every day, Monday through Friday, for at least 30 minutes to an hour, just working on my game. So when I was younger, I said, you know what, like I want to work on my game just in case I want to play high school basketball or just in case I make the team. I want to be ready. So every time I will go, everybody will kind of underestimate me because I was a 15-year-old kid, and everybody else was already in their mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s. It was just very, very rare if you saw someone in the early 20s. Usually I was always a teenager, which is kind of crazy because it's a rec center. But I will go Monday through Friday. I remember my mom would take me. And then once tournaments started, it would be Monday, Thursday, and Wednesday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I will go from, I want to say 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day. Or the days that were available for open gym. So it took a lot for me to gain the name and gain respect. Not the name, but the respect to play with them because everybody didn't want to play with me. I was a 15-year-old kid. Nobody wanted to play with me. So the only way I knew how to get attention or to get people to play with me was to show off what I have, or show off what I can do. And there was just one particular game where I did go off. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did go off, and unfortunately, even though we lost the game, we were playing against some varsity guys from my school, from my high school at that time. And obviously, when you're 15 years old, you see varsity guys that play at your school. You're like, holy shit! Like, oh my god, like these guys are the top of the top. I was with some of my friends, and everybody was losing against those guys until we went up. And I remember one of my friends told me, they're like, we're gonna lose, bro, we're gonna lose. And I said, no, bro, like, trust me, we're gonna do good, everything's gonna be fine. We end up losing. But it was by 1 point. And I was very happy about it because we were a bunch of kids playing against, those varsity guys. And one of the ways I got my name was because I kept popping the three in the right quarter. And the main guy in the group, or the main guy that playing the game, I'm not going to say his name because I still play against him now. Sometimes when I see him, he kept falling for my pump fakes, and he would get mad all the time. And every time I would get the ball, some of the guys on the sideline would always say, he's going to come in clutch. It's a clutch shot. It's a clutch shot. And I remember one time, we were timed as well. So I remember when I hit the shot before the time ended, I make like a buzzer beater. And everybody was like, oh, he came in clutch. He came in clutch. And for those who know basketball, at that time, it was when Portland Trail Blazers point guard Damian Lillard made the game-winning shot over OKC, the Oklahoma City Thunder, for those who don't know. In the playoffs over Paul George, when he did the sidestep to the right side, and it was very, very far, fadeaway three. I was doing the celebration. For those, he would hit his wrist every time he did something because he would call it Dame time. And one of the guys was like, oh, he came in clutch. And I did the celebration, and everybody was like, oh, Dame time. And then one of the guys, I don't even know his name, but every time I see him, I'm always like, you gave me the name. He was like, that's not Dame time, that's clutch time. And I fell in love with the name as soon as he said it. And every time I will go now, they will call me Clutch. And then when I stopped going, I fell in love with the name. It was something that I was always known as Joey. So to have another name that cool, especially when it came to playing basketball, it felt really good. So I changed my name in all platforms to Clutch Time. And then later on, at that time, a lot of social media people or a lot of celebrities will always have that word real, like real, and then their name, because just in case people would make like fan accounts or make a scam account about them. So that's where I got the real Clutch Time as my name, or as my @ so that's how I got the name Clutch Time. I've always stuck with it ever since then, and I really like the name. It's kind of crazy because it's been my name for so long now, since high school. And sometimes my friends still call me Joey, but here and there they will make fun of me. Not make fun of me, but they will like mess around, like clown around me, and they'll be like, "Hey, Clutch." Even my bosses at work, they'll be like, "Oh, Clutch," or "I need you to come in Clutch, Joey." Like, so it was always really nice to have that name around me and to try to live up to it as well, because clutch is a kind of big word. So I really want to live up to it as well, man. So that's how I got the name. I did talk about where I'm from. So I am from Laredo, Texas. I am down south of the United States. My city is called the Border City because we are right connected to Mexico, which is really cool though, because a lot of us here are mainly Latino, we're mainly Hispanic, and I love it, man. I mean, being able to have people from both sides of the country is really amazing, because you get two cultures coming into one, and you get to see where I'm from, where my heritage is from, because like I said, my family, my grandmother and my grandparents, my grandfather, my grandmother, they were both from over there, and they came over here to get my mom and her siblings and my tios better life. Tios is uncle, for those who don't know. Okay. So when came over here, they gave us an opportunity, and ever since I was a young kid, they always told us, never forget where we come from, which is from, Mexico. We come from Mexico, and I have the love for it, man. I love being from here, even though Laredo does not have anything. Everybody can agree with that. Everybody that's from Laredo, we do not have anything. The closest thing that will come was just the outlets that we have. We're not even that good anymore and how they used to be. Our mall that's improving a little bit, but it can be way more. Or main event or any like bowling at least. That's really all it. Everything else we kind of have to do it on our own. What I mean by that is like either have a cookout or go do something to entertain ourselves. Play, go to the park. Have family get-togethers, friend get-togethers, stuff like that. That's the only way you can get entertained in the city. Other than that, there's really nothing to do. I went to Martin High School. I did go to Martin High School. I am the class of 2021. Fortunately, I am the COVID class that had to spend the senior year behind a computer, just the way I am right now. Um, it was very difficult throughout that year because I was super excited. I feel like I can speak for all my like classmates. We were all so excited to have a senior year, and for some reason, like throughout the other years, in my freshman year, my sophomore year, half of my junior year, because half of the other junior year we had to go into COVID and go into quarantine. There was something about it that it was going to be more amazing. I don't know. I always felt like my senior year was going to be like the best year of my life. Everything was going to change. All the people in my class were doing like just play their own role and make an impact of the year. I don't know. That's how I felt. So it sucks big time that my senior year was spent behind the screen, and for it to be behind a screen and to have my graduation outside. For those who graduated with me, it was hot as fuck, like extremely hot as fuck. I remember wearing the cap and gown and I'm like, bro, this shit's gonna melt. The sun was right on me because we were on my football field, and the football field has like no shade. We're like right directly to the side of the sun. It was horrible. It was horrible, but at least we graduated. I do go to school. I am studying kinesiology. What that means is that I want to be a athletic trainer. I want to be a physical therapist. And my goal is with that to work in the NBA. Put it straightforward. Work in the NBA mainly for the San Antonio Spurs because I am a big San Antonio Spurs fan. I love my Spurs. I'm not a bandwagon. I've been a Spurs fan all my life. But I welcome the bandwagons because the more the merrier. But yeah, man, I went to Martin High School, class of 2021, COVID year, fortunately. Now moving forward to how did I start this? Like I said earlier, I'm a big basketball fan. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be an NBA player. No question about it. I wanted to be an NBA player. I wanted to go to UT, play basketball there, be a first round pick. I wanted that rookie contract. I wanted the Rookie of the Year award. I wanted that Nike deal. I wanted that signature shoe. I wanted to be an all-star, and so on, so on, so on, so on, so on. When I got older, kind of entering my senior year. It sucks, but I realized that dream is dead. It took a lot for me to accept that because I didn't want to believe it at all that being an NBA player, that dream of being an NBA player is gone. But it was a blessing in disguise. I always use that word. That word for me, well, that saying, it's not a word, it's a saying. A blessing in disguise. I feel like we get so many of those that we don't realize it until time passes by. Obviously what we're going through at that moment. How do you feel at that moment? But it was a blessing in disguise because even though during quarantine it was a very hard year, because not only for me but for many other kids that were in the same year as me and around the world, around the U.S., there was nothing else to do than to turn around and look at YouTube. And at that time, a lot of obviously because of me, but a lot of basketball YouTube, a lot of basketball videos and YouTubers were at their peak. I feel like basketball YouTube was at its peak during that time. feel like 2021 and 2022 was a peak year of basketball. I felt like basketball took over that year hardcore. My favorite YouTuber of all time is Cash Nasty. That's never going to change because Cash Nasty is the reason why I wanted to do all this. Being able to see him either react to videos, him playing games, whether it's 2K or whatever he's playing, doing group videos at that time with his group, Too Hype, or just him doing solo videos with either him fishing, cooking, weightlifting, shoes, or playing basketball. That's where it started. So I decided on myself, I want to be a basketball YouTuber. So I got a job. I started working. I bought my first camera. I think it was like my second check, my third check. I blew all my check on the camera. I blew the check on my camera. You guys are seeing me right now. And I started making videos. The only thing about it is that obviously you guys go to my YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel, Clutch Time. None of them is there. Why? I felt the pressure. I felt the pressure. It was just knowing that I want to be good as soon as I entered the social media world. I don't like using the word social media or whatever. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. I am not no content creator. I'm a YouTuber. I love the word YouTuber. I just felt like since I grew up with YouTube, it has a more respectable name. I make videos. I like saying that even more than making content. I hate that word. But whatever. It's not about that. So yeah, every time I wanted to make a video, I wanted to make it good. I wanted to make it really good. I really had an idea how to do it. Obviously, I was way over my head because one, I don't have the production like they do. I don't have editors like they do. I don't have a computer software like they do. I don't have cameras like they do. So on, so on, so on. So there was many times where I wanted to make a basketball video and it wasn't available. Obviously, during that time as well, I was kind of going through a breakup, one of those high school sweetheart breakups, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I said, I don't know what to do. I'm very heartbroken. I'm sad. I don't know what to do. So I turned around and looked at YouTube, and the one that was popping off during that time before it went all down was David Dobrik. David, I have no idea if you're going to watch this video or one day we're going to ever meet. I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. But Cash, David, and many other people I will mention later on in the video, or on the podcast, sorry. See, I'm so used to it. They've saved my life big time because I was such in a dark place during that time. It was just so much going on. People passing away that I knew very closely. I went through that breakup, my senior year being canceled. Many people just being stuck in here as well. I felt it was very miserable. I did have a job and then I got fired from that job. It was just very, very tough during that time. So I turned around and looked at the videos and I said, you know what? I don't want to do vlogs like David. Like my friends are funny enough. Like we can do this shit easily. We make videos all the time. We just don't even pick up a camera. And those type of energy videos we made, we didn't even make. We just made memories with them. So it was like pretty easy to make videos. And it was very easy to make my vlogs. Until I started realizing before it happened that some of my friends were going to leave because of college. Some of them were going to leave because of personal reasons. So I said, I need to start doing stuff on my own. So this is 2022. I started making videos, started making vlogs, and I said, I don't know what to do. December 2nd, 2022, I dropped my first episode of my podcast. It was amazing because one of the reasons why I wanted to make a podcast was also, again, like I said, David Dobrik. David Dobrik has a podcast named The Views Podcast with him and Jason Nash. And I wanted to do a podcast like him where I just wanted to tell funny stories about me and my friends or just being by myself or my friends' stories that I wasn't involved in or anything that had to be like funny or cool or whatever. It was working in the beginning, all 2023. I did, podcasts here and there. I didn't buy a mic yet. I was recording off a computer. And then later on, I started doing other stuff and I started improving my equipment. I bought a PC, bought a monitor, bought some lights. So the whole year 2023 goes by. I haven't dropped a YouTube video, but that year went by. And I told myself 2024 is going to be my year because the year of the Mamba. And since the year of the Mamba means Kobe Bryant's year, I'm a big Kobe fan. And it was starting off really good. I'm not saying like it was a bad year. It wasn't a bad year at all. It wasn't a bad year. But then I started doing it. But then things come up. I'm not going to say what does. I'm not going to go into detail about it. But something else came up mid 2024 that made me really happy. Be real with y'all. I was really happy. And I felt like every day just got better. Every month got better. So I was comfortable with where I was. I was comfortable for where I was. And I said, I don't want to change anything about this. Obviously, I still wanted to do videos. I still wanted to do podcasts. But then one of my mics broke. So I used that as an excuse of how I couldn't do a podcast. And I had videos on my camera, but then I lost my adapter. I used that as an excuse. So it was so many things that were coming up that I said, you know what? Like, I can do that later. Like, that's going to come, whatever. Like, I always thought to myself, like, yeah, I'm going to be a big YouTube star. It's cool, but that's going to come by itself. I don't have to put too much work. That's a horrible mindset, by the way. That's a horrible mindset, by the way. But I was saying that because I was living a good life. And then it got even better the year 2025, this past year. 2025 was for sure, and so far, I think it's probably still going to be. If not, God has something better planned for me. But 2025 was the best year of my life. Personal reasons. I enjoyed it so much that I didn't need to do anything else other than just live the life that I was living and enjoy it. Enjoy it so much. I just said, you know what, I'm just going to focus on school. That's it. That's all I need. I got school. And that's what I did. I just focused on school, stayed working, and did what I did and just lived my life throughout that whole year. Unfortunately, everything does come to an end. All good things come to an end. And it sucks because even things that you expect will never end, or some things come to an end unexpectedly by the end of the year. And then I started getting like little. Be real with y'all, I got a little bit depressed. They didn't want to do much. I had no motivation. I just wanted to get the life I had back. That's literally be straight up with y'all. I ain't gonna cap. I wanted that life back. And then it started coming back little by little, creeping up until it just didn't work. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out. So again, I'm seeing it as a blessing in disguise. I say that so much, but it's because I mean it so much. It was a blessing in disguise. Because I'm very faithful. I am a very spiritual person. I felt like what I asked for God for so long, He gave it to me. And He gave it to me, and He let me live the life I always asked for. But then, obviously, our Lord knows what's best for us. Our Lord knows how amazing we're going to be in life. And He has us guided through it. He has the path ready for us. But we also have to do our job and work our way through that path to get to the destination of where we want to go, to get to the promised land, as that's what we say in sports. Get to the promised land. So I felt like He noticed that I wasn't going to do anything anytime soon when it came to all this. And I felt like He said, I gave you what you wanted. I let you live the life you wanted for the last 2.5 years. And I'm going to take this away for a bit. Obviously, I'm not saying it's for a bit. I'm not saying that, you never know what the future holds. But He said, I'm going to take away this from you. So he literally pulled it out of my life, and he hit me with the realization of you need to start doing what you said that you were going to keep on doing. And it was an awakening. Obviously, I had conversations with my friends. They gave me their advice, having a conversation with my mom. And they were right. You have to keep going. No matter what happens in your life, no matter how bad it gets, there's always a rainbow at the end of a raining storm. It's true. It's so true. Even though how hard it is, because whether you're watching this video or hearing this on the Spotify and the podcast, um, I'm not saying what I'm going through was worse than you, and I'm not saying that what you're feeling is nothing compared with what I felt. We all have our own different experiences. We all have our own different problems. But one thing I can tell you is that not all bad things last forever. Bad moments are only lessons for us. Bad moments even sometimes happen for the best of us. So it's not like it's gonna last forever. It's gonna be there. It's gonna take time, y'all. It takes time. And just because you have a good day and then you have a bad day and then you have a good day, you have a bad day, that doesn't mean that you're stepping back. It means that you're improving. It means that you're growing. So when that happened, the beginning of the month, or not even that, it's late. It's 1:10 a.m. April 1st. April Fools for those who are watching. um, the beginning of the month of March, when everything ended, that was my motivation. I said, you know what? There's only one way to distract myself and to finish what I started years ago. And do what I've been saying I've been wanting to do for so long, other than just to say it without doing it. If that makes sense. So I am 100% on this boat. I am 100% going with all my motivation, all my focus into this. I am going to make something out of this, not because of the urge of just being like having a high ego. It's none of that. I need to do this because I need to prove to myself that I can do this, not only for me, but my friends and for my family. Now, I did say one of my goals with this, obviously, be financially stable a little bit more. Be good financially. I want to be able to provide the life for my family and for my friends that they deserve. And for myself. Hey, you can pat yourself in the back. You know what you're worth. Even if you think about like, oh, I'm not worth this. You're worth it. You're worth so much. Like, you're worth so much. Where I said, I want to do this because I want to do it. Like, I deserve this. I've deserved this. And I'm going to work my ass off to get to where I want to get to. Because that's what we deserve. We deserve the best. And being able to do all that, be able to come to that conclusion, and for myself to work hard and say, all right, lock in. Get better what you want to get better at. Go hit the gym. The gym helps me so much. I know a lot of people might not be like, oh, I'm not really into fitness. Trust me, like, it helps. Being able to see yourself in the mirror and to be like, damn, I'm improving. It helps a lot. So much. It helps so much. And then to have what you're doing on the side like this is my main focus, and to be able to do all this and be like, yeah, I'm doing it. I got this. Helps a lot. It helps so much. Eventually, I want to be financially stable. It's one of my goals, obviously. I also want to make this into something bigger. I want to make this a production. I want to make this a show. I want to be one of the biggest podcasters to ever do this. I want to be one of the biggest podcasters ever. I want to be one of the greatest YouTubers ever. I want to be in those names where it's like, Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, Vanos, KSI, I Show Speed, Kai Cenat, like all those guys and girls as well, um, get to that level and do what I have to do. And as well as I want to open up a sports facility. I feel like in my city we have so much talent here that we have nothing else to improve in. And then when we do have something else to improve in, people just get petty and you just want to charge so much money just to have the same experience you and I have that we'll have in the court or on the park or a high school experience. I'm not shitting on anybody, by the way. I'm not shitting on anybody. It's just how I think. Because I want to bring coaches here. I want to bring people who have trained professional athletes, people who work at universities to help kids and teenagers and, adults if they want to do it as well. Improve if they want to prove in the sport that they want. Also, the side hustles is kind of weird. I always said this though. I want my own pharmacy. I work at a pharmacy. I work at Walgreens. So eventually, I do want my own pharmacy, or my own store like that. I would love to have my own clothing brand. I want my own clothing brand. I want my own shoe. As well as I want to build a bunch of apartments as well and a bit of an apartment complex to be able to have and provide nice apartments for people who can't afford it. Because for some fucking reason, apartments are so expensive now. It's fucking ridiculous. Remodel parks and make new parks here in my city as well, because I feel like a lot of parks are so nice, but then you go on the court and it's completely a mess. Or the sky is so nice, the spot area is so nice, but then you look at the grass and it's horrible. So I want to do that. There's so much stuff I want to do. Obviously, I can't give you guys all the ideas because eventually I want to make those into videos if one day I do have the opportunity to do all that. There's so much things that I want to do. As well as someone who is looking through this and be like, I also want to do what he does, or you want to do something that's similar to what I do when it comes to making videos, making a podcast, whatever you guys want to do. Honestly, look at interviews of some people that you look up to because they help so much. Right now, I'm going through a lot. I won't lie to you guys. I am going through a lot, but I'm doing better. Thankfully, every day, I get better every day. But there's people out there that I want to thank for allowing me to be okay. Because this is the whole point as well. The main goal is to inspire others. Or to be that person for people that can be like, hey, like I watch your stuff and they really help me go through a tough time. I watch this and that. You saved my life just the way other people I see save my life. Like I did earlier. David and Cash helped me so much. Queso and Leo Skeppy. I'm going to start out with Leo. Leo Skeppy is another podcaster who gives life advice from his own experiences. His own life experiences, or he gives you a different opinion or a second opinion on what his fans ask him or what his fans go through. And he's super straightforward because not only that he is a straightforward person, but he loves his fans, he loves his fan base, and he wants what's best for us. He's helped me so much by watching his videos, hearing his advice on everything, and it has to do with everything. If you guys want an idea what I'm talking about, go to Leo Skeppy's podcast, listen to it, pick whichever video that seems more related to you and watch it. Now, when it comes to Queso, Queso's a gaming streamer, one of the biggest streamers right now on Twitch, or basically in the world. Case has helped me so much. He has made me escape reality when I'm watching his videos, when I'm watching his streams. It just helps so much. I owe that guy my life. I do. I owe my guy my life. I owe that guy my life. He has done so much for me than he will ever know. And I really do hope one day I get to meet him, whether it's us playing a game together or doing a podcast episode together. Whatever the case may be, I will give him his flowers and tell him how thankful I am for God allowing to make such an incredible uh, person famous. There's a saying that we make the right people famous, and Case was one of those people. Um, I don't think I talked about it earlier, but I am 24 years old. For those who don't know, um, recently I've been playing a lot of VR. By the way, just a random note, I've been playing a lot of VR. It's helped me a lot, really mentally as well. I met a lot of people, and one of my closest friends as I made is Romeo, and the one I've grown a really good bond with, a stronger bond with. Her name is Silent. I'm not gonna say her real name. So shout out to Silent. Silent, if you're watching this, you have no idea how much you helped me, bro. I know when we're playing, it kind of seems like I'm okay, but I'm not. But you have helped me so much, dog, throughout this last, week and a half. That every time we play, I want to thank you and give you your flowers because you have no idea how much you have helped me. You have no idea how much it means to me for us to be able to play and for you to introduce me to games that I never knew existed and people that I never thought I would ever meet in my life. So Silent, shout out to Silent because you're a real one, dog. You're a fucking real one. And just between her and I, stop fucking sleeping late. I already told you, stop sleeping late, nigga. You're too young. Stop sleeping late. So shout out to Silent. But yeah, I'm 24 years old. My birthday is on February 7th. I was born the year 2002. I am the only child to a single mother, to my beautiful mother, a hardworking mother. Just to give random facts, my top three music artists or groups. I'm a big Juice WRLD fan. Juice is tatted on me. It says right there. You can barely see it because of my arm, and I'm very sore from fucking playing a VR boxing game. But it says 999, Legends Never Die. My favorite album is very hard because it's between Legends Never Die album or Death Race for Love album. If I had to pick one, honestly, I'll probably say Death Race for Love because even though it's a little biased, a little mainstream, I really don't give a fuck. My favorite song of all time is Robbery by Juice WRLD. And since I'm a Juice WRLD fan, my second favorite artist of all time is The Kid Laroi. Leroy has helped me so much. Has helped me so much with his music, especially in this new one that just came out. It's probably my favorite album of all time. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Rather Be is my favorite song right now. Every time I need to get my mood up and everything, and even though pour out my feelings real quick, even though Rather Be is my favorite song. Back When You Were Mine is as well, and last but very not least is Maybe I'm Wrong. If you guys ever have a chance to listen to the album, please go listen to the album. I think it's called The Very First Time or The First Time. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm a fake fan. No, but I love Leroy. Will have the opportunity to go see him in Austin, so I will be in Austin. For those who live in Austin, I'm gonna be in Austin to go see the Kid Leroy. I'm gonna be going alone. My first ever solo trip is kind of crazy. And my favorite artist / group, since I am Hispanic. My favorite is Grupo Frontera. For the people who do know me, know how much I love Grupo Frontera. I love all their music. I love all their albums, just the way I love the Kid Laroi and Juice WRLD. They've helped me so much when it comes to hearing something that's related to my feelings, related to the mood I'm in at that moment. Whether I'm happy, I'm sad, heartbroken, mad, whatever it is. Grupo Frontera's music has helped me so much now because I feel like it relates to what the music says. I can relate to it so much, but to a point as well, I can feel good about it. I don't know. It's just their music helps me so much, and I get to have the opportunity as well because they are coming to my city in Laredo. I'm very excited because I've been to their last two tours. This is gonna be the third one. Every time they came to Laredo, and I love Grupo Frontera. And the last two times they came and I went to go see them, I had the best time of my life. So shout out to Grupo Frontera. But that's literally my whole world. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I do have a second account called Talk Time, Talk Time, Clutch Time Vlogs. I'm very into Funko Pops. I'm a big anime fan. I'm still new to the world. I think I've only watched like 6 animes. My first one was, shout out to my friend Guy, is Death Note. After Death Note, I watched Dragon Ball. After Dragon Ball, I watched Naruto. After Naruto, I watched JJK. After JJK, I watched Demon Slayer. And right now I'm watching Bleach. I'm still watching it. I wasn't watching it for a while because, like I said, I was living a different life, a very happy life. But right now I'm back on it as well. But I love anime. I literally have 4 of my important Funko Pops in front of me. So let me show you guys real quick. So my first one is my Ultra Instinct Goku. Oh, this guy's so badass. Yes, I took him out the fucking box. I don't care. I'm a collector, not a weirdo. If you don't take him out the box, you're pretty weird unless you have 2 pairs, and I understand. But yeah, this is Goku with his Kamehameha. You know, it's freaking amazing. The reason why this one's one of my favorite ones is because during this moment, Goku is a very big inspiration, especially when it comes to achieving something that may be a little bit too much for you. Goku represents working hard and always be a good person, always do everything is right. And when this moment, I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't know, get to know. Like, this enemy is amazing, especially when you get to this part, when he turns into Ultra Instinct. It's completely insane. Keep it up with the same anime. His son, Gohan. I have 2 versions of him, which is the most recent one is the, no, I just thought his glue heads popped up, whatever. Is the Beast Gohan from the recent movie. It's such a badass Funko. It's so badass. And I had the most iconic one, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Gohan is my favorite character of all anime history because Gohan, I've seen his growth. For those who watch the anime, we've seen his growth from being a little kid, being a little scaredy cat, cry baby. Low-key annoyed me in the beginning. But Gohan has always been someone that I loved. And I will be getting a Gohan tattoo later on in the future because how much he means to me. It's kind of crazy because I always said, you know, when I have a son one day, hopefully I do have a son, his first name, his mom can deal with it. Whoever the mom is or whoever my wife is, she can name the son, but his nickname will be Gohan. I always said that. My son's nickname will be Gohan. But lastly, but definitely not least, my second favorite Funko Pop is from my second. It's weird because this is my favorite anime, but even though it doesn't have my favorite character, but this is my second favorite character of all time because how much he means to me, how much he's helped me as well. And because he, even though it's not the 999, but it looks cool, I think of Juice, is Naruto. When he hits this stage, it's so insane. Look at the back. That's crazy. That's so crazy. You can barely see it. You can see like a 999, even though it doesn't represent 999 like Juice WRLD, but it's badass to see it and be like, oh damn, that's cool. But Naruto, the anime, has helped me so much as well. Being able to be mentally strong, always do good, talk to others because this anime is very emotional. I really want to go into detail with it. But if you are those type of people that were like, oh, I'm never going to watch anime, trust, I was the same way. You can ask my friends. I was such the same way. But then I watched these 2 and it changed my life. So I'm a big anime fan. I love Demon Slayer. I have a bunch of Funko Pops everywhere. More Funko Pops. If you guys want to see all those Funko Pops, they're going to be in my Instagram, second Instagram, Clutch Time Vlogs, if you guys want to see them. When it comes to sports, I did say I'm a big sports fan. I'm a big Spurs fan. I love the San Antonio Spurs. I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fan. Yeah, call me all you want. I really don't care. I don't care. I love my Cowboys, no matter what the fuck happens. I love my Cowboys. I love my Houston Astros. I can hear you guys hating on me already. I don't give a fuck. um, as well as my Tampa Bay. We had some technical difficulties. My camera got heated up, so we had to stop. You know how many times I have recorded this podcast? I recorded it 3 times. I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to wait for it to cool down, and I'm going to finish what I fucking started. I'm not going to fucking go, yeah, I'm not going to do this shit. But like I was saying, yeah, man, like I have so much I can't wait to see when it comes to this new opportunity, being able to do this, being able to do more videos as well, and being able to make content in general. Like, I can't wait. Because I'm very excited. Today is technically Tuesday because it's past 12 a.m. Tomorrow I have another podcast I have to film, and I'm very excited because it's going to be amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, man, I can't believe that I'm doing this now, being able to have this opportunity. And I can't wait to look back on this as well and to see how far I've come from. I really hope by the end of the year I'm in a different position, a different lifestyle as well, because I really do mean that I'm really excited to see what the future holds. Because I love this. I love making videos. I love making podcast episodes. I love doing shoe reviews. I've done so much stuff that I'm very excited for. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better from moving on forward and keep going, and for me to just keep pushing as well, no matter how hard life gets. And every day you get better. Every day I know for sure I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. I've been doing okay for a good while. And shout out to my friends, man. Shout out to my friends. I sound like that sketch me when he's like, shout out to Banks. But for real, bro, like, shout out to my friends, man. Y'all have helped me so much go through everything I've been through recently. The advice y'all have given me, the motivation y'all have given me. I appreciate y'all as well for telling me to do stuff with y'all, even though it might feel a little bit out of place, or I might feel a little weird about it, or you guys might think like, oh, maybe, this and that, whatever, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. I want to thank y'all, man, for always being here for me as well, and thank you for always being by my side during this tough time as well. And I promise y'all, for real, to the bottom of my heart, I got us. Because not only if I make it, I make it, but if I make it, we make it. Because you guys are my motivation. You guys are the reason why I want to do this, and to provide all of us a better life, and for you guys just to pursue whatever you want to pursue, just to let y'all know that I have your back as well, the way you had mine this last month. The month of March has been such a roller coaster ride, and I pray every day to see how it's gonna get better and how everything will play out at the end. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and thank y'all for supporting me. Thank you, whoever watched this to the end. You're a real one. And if you watch this to the end and you're watching it on YouTube, my favorite emoji is the little ninja. So drop the ninja if you watch this to the end, because you're a real one. But other than that, y'all, I love y'all. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And as always, if you're going through a tough time, it will come to an end, and you will be at the end of the rainbow as soon as the rain stops. I love y'all, man. And I'll see you on the next podcast. Thank y'all for everything. And welcome to the new era of the new brand, of the new logo, with the new name, with a new clutch time. I love y'all, man. I'll see you on the next podcast. Peace.